Hey guys, welcome back to the Let's Get Started channel. In this video, I will be showing you every single species in the Minecraft Origins mod. And don't worry, I will be telling you all their features. Shall we get started? So, these are the few choices that you have. The regular human, the avian, the arachnid, the elytrian, the shulk, the feline, the Endurian, the Merlin, the Blazeborn, the Phantom, the Random, which literally means you literally have the chance to get any of them. Now, let's go through an in-depth description on each of the species. Okay, the first one is the Shulk. The Shulk is a very cool one because you actually get 9 extra slots. And you are pretty strong without armor. Look at that, 4 extra armor points without even having armor. Oh, and you have a very big appetite. Being a Shulk, your appetite is so large that you have to constantly eat. Your punching is also much stronger than a regular human. The downside is you cannot hold a shield. Yes, that's pretty sad. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, the next one is the avian. The avian is a very cool one because it gives you slow falling. But it is a vegetarian, meaning you can only eat vegetables. Also, you are slightly faster than all the other creatures when you're on foot. But there's a downside to all this, is you can only sleep when you are 85 blocks in the air. That is pretty bad, right? One last thing, every morning when you wake up, you will lay an egg. Because avians are birds, technically. Yes, lay an egg. Anyway, let's continue on with the next species. Alright, the next one is an arachnid. Being an arachnid means you can climb walls, not just ladders. Ow. But look at that, you can climb. Being an arachnid, you can also punch other mobs and they will get stuck in a cobweb. And if they're not an arthropod, you'll be able to sense them when they're in a cobweb. Also, you can craft cobwebs using string. Now, here are the two cons when you use the arachnid. One, you are a carnivore. You cannot eat any sort of vegetables. Or let's just say something bad will happen. And also, I think you have noticed, you have 3 less hearts than a regular human because you are very, very fragile. Now, shall we move on? Alright, being an elytrian means you get an elytra for free. You don't have to wear any armor for it. And you can fly like the king. You also deal more damage when you're in the air gliding. Yes, that's pretty cool. And you also get a boost every 30 seconds, and which you get a boost up to the sky, which is about 20 blocks. Now, let's get on to the cons. If you stand on something that is 2 blocks or so, you will start getting weaker. Now, being an elytrian, you can't have anything stronger than chainmail armor because it is too heavy for an elytrian. Yes, very sad. And also, if you fall, let's say 500 blocks from the air straight down, you will take more damage than the regular human, even though the human will also die if you fly for 500 blocks from above. I mean, isn't that just logic? But anyway, you will gain more damage if you fall from a regular height that doesn't kill a regular human. Anyway, shall we continue? Alright, being a feline is also quite nice. You are able to sprint and jump faster, higher than the regular human. You are also not able to take fall damage. Look at that. Also, you have one less heart than a regular human, but that's not the only disadvantage. You can only mine stone that only has 2 blocks of stone adjacent to it. Otherwise, you can't mine it. Here's the final good thing about being a feline. You can scare away creepers. Creepers don't like you, they run away. And here's one last advantage to being a feline. You can see better in the dark when not in the water. Otherwise, that bonus doesn't come to you. Anyway, let's continue. Right, when you're an Endurian, you don't take damage, when you throw an Ender Pearl, which is unlimited because you are an Endurian. And here comes the disadvantage. You cannot touch water. Look at that, you take damage when you're in water. You're also afraid of pumpkins, for a good reason. And your range has increased. Anyway, shall we move on to the next species? Alright, being a Merlin, you can see in the water perfectly clear. You can also mine blocks underwater like on the land, but you are not able to breathe. Well, you are, but you have a limited amount of oxygen to breathe above water. You also can swim much faster underwater, and you will not sink if you don't want to. The only reason you will sink is because you want to. Look at this. This is cool. Anyway, let's move on to the final two. Alright, being a Blazeborn, you will naturally spawn in the Nether. Also, don't take any fire damage. And if you attack people when you're on fire, you deal more damage to them. Doesn't that sound cool? And due to your hot blood, you don't get affected by poison, because the hot blood burns away that poison. Yes, that's how cool it is. And one last thing, cannot get hit by water, or you will take damage, just like the Enderman. Yes. Now, let's move on to the final one, shall we? Let's get going. Alright, being a phantom is actually very cool. You wanna know why? Because being a phantom, your skin is actually semi-translucent. Well, it's not semi. It is quite translucent. And when you're phantomized, you are fully invisible. Also, phase through blocks, any type of block, except, isn't that cool? You can phase through any block. I mean, look at this. The one downside to being a phantom, if you're not using that special ability of yours, you will end up burning. Yes, burning. You see? You're burning. Also, you have 3 less hearts than a regular human, and one last thing. You have a very fast appetite. The appetite is very fast. Let me just tell you that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. I have just described to you, well, showed you every single ability of the Origins mod. Now, I'll see you guys in the next video I make. Also, check my Discord, and don't forget to check out the Origins mod. See ya!